today has been a pretty big day. But when I woke up today, I woke up to a pleasant surprise. And that is that we have we knew we would get it on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but I think a lot of people expected Christmas Day. But we have gotten the date announcement teaser for Cobra Kai Season 6 because Netflix is putting on this event for this football game tomorrow where different Netflix shows get promotion. I have a feeling since we got the Cobra Kai stuff today, I think we'll get the Stranger Things teaser tomorrow. But that's beside the point, because I'll be covering that when that comes out. I promise you that. But one thing I think is very important is, with this, we need to talk about, we've talked about Cobra Kai on this channel a lot, and this date announcement teaser, while it is short, as Hayden promised, we would get teases and little taste of what to expect. There is a lot. But not only did we get the date announcement teaser, we also have to talk about that we got new pictures, and we're going to break those down. They're a pretty big deal, so I'm excited to get into this with you guys. So before we get into all the nitty gritty, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe. We're trying to hit 2K by 2025, so let's make that happen, guys. Thank you so much. Alright, with that being said, let's start with the teaser. We'll break it down, and then we'll talk about the and then we'll talk about the pictures. So we start this teaser with iconic moments from all of Cobra Kai history so far, and Daniel saying, this is the legacy of the generations, and it's iconic. And so we see the scenes of him first training with Robbie. We see scenes of Sam first training Miyagi-Do, Miguel and Johnny. There's a lot of good stuff in here. But then we hear in the voiceover that this might be the end. And as the Cobra Kai snake appears, you hear Daniel with Johnny say, Cobra Kai never dies. And now the reason this is, if you guys don't know the leaks, this is confirmation that for the remainder of the Sekai Taikai, Johnny Lawrence and Daniel will be fighting in Cobra Kai, not in Miyagi-Do. So this is really cool confirmation. I really love this. I love that. It's something so awesome about hearing Daniel say that. We also get a new look at the beef between Dimitri and Hawk is over. You see Hawk with his original season 1 blue hair hug Dimitri, and then we see Moon there. I actually think what's happening here is that I think Dimitri and Hawk now both got into MIT, and Dimitri's proud of him. Well, I don't like Dimitri. I think this is a nice moment, and I'm excited to see Moon. And you get to see all these different things in the teaser through this snake skin leather kind of overlay, which is really cool. And then you end this whole teaser with a new shot of Robbie landing a spinning hook kick on Axel, which is some different than the kick he did in the Inside the Dojo footage. So as far as the teaser, those are really the only new things. A few images of a few shots of our characters in part 3. Robbie landing the point on Axel, which is said to be an amazing fight, and then now we get to progress to the pictures. But we also get an image in the end of it we see the Cobra Kai snake for the final time, and the date is announced to be February 13th, which we knew it was going to be after part 2 came out, but now we have it officially confirmed, February 13th. Can't wait. Now let's dive into these pictures. So alongside the teaser, we have brand new images that were released. These new images give us quite a bit to work with, even more than this teaser did. So let's start off the images with some pretty important ones. For one, there is a new image of Tori at the Sekai Taikai, which we know will be at the All Valley Arena, and you can see it from inside the dojo, as well as here. And in this footage, Tori looks like she's fighting alone without a sensei. I think this will be the semifinal matches. And she's still wearing her Korean Cobra Kai gi, even though the teaser alludes to that the original Cobra Kai, Johnny's Cobra Kai, will play a role here. But we'll talk about that more when we get through these next pictures. So with Tori, pretty interesting seeing her that she might be fighting alone, but I don't think we'll stay that way. I think after the semifinals, things will change. And so then we get into a picture of Axel and Robbie, a shot of them both being in a fighting stance. And after what Axel did to Robbie in part 2, and their fight was interrupted in part 2 because of what Quan did and the brawl happening, we now see Robbie's locked in, just like he was against Quan. He's locked in to fight Axel, but he knows even though as tough as Quan was, He knows this is going to be the toughest opponent of his life, and he's ready to fight that. And I think that you can see that in his fighting stance. Both him and Axel look ready to go. It looks amazing. And then we get a shot of our Miyagi-Do senseis all standing in their Chumbi fighting stance. If you guys don't know karate, since I'm a karate student, I can tell you that this is one of the most important. Standing at attention during a match, it's very important, and it makes you feel very special and know that you're enjoying watching the sidelines. So this is a big image. And then we get an image, one of my favorite images, which is similar to the Miyagi-Do one, but the bad guy side of it. You see Silver and Wolf alongside Axel and Zara, which this is the first picture we've gotten of our core four being our core four villains: Axel, Zara, Silver, and Wolf. And since in part 2 they didn't want to show any images of Silver, this is the first image we've gotten of Silver outside of screenshots from the actual episodes. So I think this is amazing, and it's cool to see Silver in his suit standing next to Wolf. I really love this. I love the core four Iron Dragons. I think it's fantastic. The next image we have to talk about is we also got an image of Kreese. And Kreese is talking to Kim Da-eun, but he's back in Korea. And I know he just fought Kreese. I know he just fought Silver in part 2, but he has a crazy shiner by his eye, like a crazy scratch or some sort of thing happened to him. And I don't think it's from his fight with Silver, because even though Silver punched him near the eye, it doesn't seem like a punch mark. But we'll see. Maybe they'll be revealed in part 3. But I actually want to go with a bigger theory here. If we're going to speculate a little bit, I actually think that what is going on here is, I think that when Master Kim found out about them, even though they get a chance to still get to be back in the Sekai Taikai, he's mad that they basically have lost their main Korean students in the tournament, that Kwon died, it was on Kreese's watch, and that the knife is gone. And so because of this, Kim Da-eun will be mad at Kreese in this image for actually going and, getting her student killed. And so that's going to be something that she struggles with. But Master Kim will be mad that they lost the war that they had promised. Even if they do get a chance to go back, which they will, Master Kim's going to be pissed off about losing the knife and everything that happened. And so either he'll kick or punch Kreese, which we're going to see the root of his evil. We're going to see just how evil and how powerful Master Kim truly is in this moment. And I'm super excited to see that, personally. But now we got to talk about my favorite image of all the images, which is there's 2 images left. We have one more image to talk about before we talk about the biggest one. And that is the image of Miguel and Johnny are sitting on their usual curb spot back where the Cobra Kai dojo used to be. And you have Miguel and Johnny having this amazing heart-to-heart moment. And I love these heart-to-heart moments. We had some great ones in part 2. It was so amazing when Miguel was finally able to call Johnny his dad, which I just loved. But here, this heart-to-heart of them sharing a beer and having their time on the side, reminiscent of Season 1, is a great callback. But what's even greater is I think I know exactly what's happening in this scene, because the dojo says it's for sale. I think this is going to be in episode 13, and Miguel is telling Johnny to take back Cobra Kai, and that it's time to win this the way that we have to do it. And I think this is amazing, and I love this. It's so beautiful. It's going to be in such an amazing moment, and just a nice dad and son talk. I'm so excited to see what that conversation looks like. But by far the best image that we've gotten of this is, speaking of callbacks, in this 40-year-old journey, we get a direct callback to the original Karate Kid with Daniel LaRusso on a log doing the crane kick, but this time Johnny's joined with him. The kick that literally started this entire rivalry, they are practicing together. And if you watched my Johnny vs. Wolf video, this picture is so important because it cements what I have said for a long time. I've said since before the season even started that Johnny Lawrence will do the crane kick in this season. Because if you know, in Season 4, when Johnny and Daniel were first training Miyagi-Do together, Johnny mocked Daniel with the crane kick. And that was a fun little joke moment in Johnny's sense. But now, Johnny's going to use it in a serious sense. This moment is Daniel was training Johnny to get ready to face off against Wolf. And I believe that Daniel was training Johnny to be a successor so that he can retire. And this moment is amazing. Because it's like a Miyagi and Daniel moment. But now it's Daniel and Johnny. And it's beautiful. It shows their brotherhood. It shows how far they've come. And now you get to see this moment's going to be poetic. As I say in my Johnny vs. Wolf video, Johnny's preparing to make sure that Wolf eats that crane kick. Which, this is beautiful. So anyway, guys, what did you think about my breakdown of the teaser? And what did you think about what I had to say about the pictures? Let me know your thoughts. Are you guys excited for part 3? Does this news get you excited? Did you get, even with this little bit of footage, did you get excited when you saw the date announcement trailer? Did you get excited when you saw the pictures? Which one is your favorite picture and why? Let me know. And as always, I'll catch you in the next video. Remember, Cobra Kai never dies.